Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. Just want to get onto the weekly here for our start. So, grouping of the oscillators and a crossover. You can see a big rejection bar here. Don't really like the way that this has formed this big tail above the previous week, and then we closed fairly solid down. So, what I'm looking for is a weekly level, and you can see the swing high here. That was the weekly level. So just look at the logic here. So we've moved down, swing low, swing high, swing low. So if I come through sort of the daily time frames here, that was the move down. This has been the move up. So you can see each of these fractals represents a swing high, and the one to the down is a swing low. So you can see how it's been building, building, building. Then we went kind of sideways, tried to form a head and shoulders. Head and shoulders failed. Now we've got what to me is looking like a megaphone formation still. But we broke through the 155 EMA here. You can see that, and we're coming back to test it. So this level that we have here, and there are a few levels in this area. So this is 32,763. Now, as soon as we start getting onto the time frame to set up our charts, you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's the first level, right? But then just below here is that level as well. And in between it, there are quite a number of tails. So that's our zone of potential support. And if you look at this area here, it was only really this level here that was respected. This one hasn't been respected yet. So you can see we've got a bit of a buying or range bar that came off it going into the close on Friday. Just start dropping down through the time frame. Sorry, just on the 8 hour. We're still technically sort of in an uptrend, although it looks like a crossover forming, and it does look like we are retesting the 155 here. So that's one thing you need to pay attention to for shorts, and this grouping here is not conducive to taking shorts. That's telling you this is the pullback in an uptrend for a bigger move up. So you need to pay attention to that structure. If you look at the 3 hour, last week was a crazy week. Big up, big down. Okay, so above the moving averages, below the moving averages, and massive volatility. This is a pretty interesting setup because from a short perspective, that would be the area I'd want to target. There's one more. Okay, so not one of those levels have been tested, so that would be the level I'd want to target. That is 33,464, and that is 33,620, and that is 33,759. So I'd want to see price come back into this area for an opportunity to short. Okay, now if we drop down to the hour, that may not happen. So that's a 3 hour level. This is, by the looks of things, what we need to pay attention to on the hour. And I just want to, okay, so that is 33,464. You can see the structure here on 33,464. Really solid. And then this one where price is, there's not much there. So this level here, there's not much, it's just this swing low. So I'll be curious to see what happens here. That there was the trend line. I can actually extend it to there and then take it like that. So there's a couple ways of looking at this, okay, and made this chart really messy. But on the hour, we've got a breakout of a trend line that was basically two and a half days long. Okay, so most of last week, the close of last week, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we were in a downtrend. Moving averages, below the moving averages, we had a moving average crossover on Thursday, and we've continued down since then. What we do have at the moment, though, is we've got the oscillators grouping, we're heading back to the upside, so this could be a continuation. But the fact that we've broken through the trend, we've sort of gapped up this morning and just hovering up here, I'm a little bit cautious to be looking at that. So this area is a weak entry, 33,024. Probably find that 3,300 is what they were targeting last week. And what we're looking for now is, if you're going to short this, I want to be shorting higher up. I don't want to be shorting down here. So I'd rather be looking for 33,464 or sort of 33,620. I'd be a little bit reluctant for this level here. Let's delete that, because getting up there, that breaks through the moving averages, and then you could find support up there. So this is the zone that I'd be looking at. We should be looking for shorts. I mean, the trend is the downside at the moment on the 1 hour, as well as a potential short setup on the 3 hour. But that is the area I'd be interested in. This could be a bit of a wedge setup, which would then target either the swing high here, which is kind of not ideal. That's 33,284. This is the better area that I'd want to see us targeting. So reject this area. That is what would set up the short for me. And then let's just be a little bit more sort of set up our trend lines on the higher time frame. So being a little bit less risky. So that again intercepts there. So that's where the area is. I'd be wanting to short 33,638, 33,464. Reject that area. I'd be looking for shorts again. This weekly level that we do have here, this zone that we've got, it's going to take quite a bit to push through here, especially just above the moving averages. So I'm reluctant to be jumping in short down here at 32,500 area. I'd want to see us break below that on a higher time frame before even committing to that. And even then, that's going to be in amongst the moving averages. So then I suspect we'll probably range. So 50-50, to be quite honest. I think this move up here is far away, which is something which you kind of, when you look at it, you think, well, the probability of that happening is not really great. So come down to the 15-minute. Is there something else that we need to pay attention to? And it's pure chaos. That's the only swing low that we've had. And we've kind of rejected it once. Didn't quite get there. But that is it. I suppose the other option here would be all the way up here. Anyway, guys, this is really, it's going to be a tough one to call, to be honest. I think the longer that we're sitting here on the 50-minute with the moving averages coming together like this, and we start finding a base here, then you're looking for a move back into this area. So for today, I'd watch what happens during the European session. You'll probably find we're either going to go sideways or we're going to come back, build structure off the bottom here and range in between these two levels here, and then have a crossover the moving averages grouping to the downside, and then we're going to have a fairly strong move up into this zone here. And that's going to be crunch time for me. But you see what that's going to do on the 50-minute. It's actually going to get a trend reversal on the 50-minute. So anybody's call at the moment, I think. I'm going to be sitting quietly today on the Dow. We will wait to see what structure brings. If we do get above these two areas here at 33,140 and 33,024, if we do get above that, and the oscillators group the downside, moving averages cross over on the 50-minute, then I'll definitely be looking for a long here, nice tight stop, and targeting somewhere around probably here, 33,464. And that would be where I'd be paying attention to what's going on there for a potential move to the downside. But again, that would be against the trend on the 50-minute. So yeah, pick your time frame that you want to trade. If it's the hour, you're waiting for a short up there. If it's a 50-minute, you are waiting for this level to break build a base, and you're looking for a long to this side. So you've got multiple time frames, multiple opportunities to play for. But I do think you're probably going to get a fairly decent rejection off this area up here. And that's assuming we can get above 3,300. Can't get above 3,300, then you're probably looking for a move down to come and test this 32,763 again. This wasn't a proper test here. Okay, so that's kind of my view today. Really confusing with multiple setups and multiple time frames, but my advice would be, if you're trading 15 minutes, trade 15 minute. Pay attention to the chart structures, pay attention to the moving averages. If you start getting crossovers, you start getting retests of those crossovers, it's long. If you're trading the hour, then trade the hour. Then you shouldn't be looking for a trade down here. You're waiting for a rejection. Well, I suppose you could get a rejection here. You need to wait for oscillators to group up as well. So anything's possible, or you're going to be trading up here, which is a bit of a trade to have on the hour. Anyway, I'm going to just leave it alone. I don't think it's worth looking at. There's some opportunities on Forex which are far more structured, should I say. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.